Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're tackling a common issue with AC units, the indoor fan running slow. If your AC is blowing warm air, or just not cooling efficiently, this could be the culprit. A weak capacitor is often the problem, and we'll walk through how to diagnose and fix it. First, let's talk about what the capacitor does. Think of it like a battery for your fan motor. It provides the initial jolt of energy to get the motor spinning, and also helps it run smoothly. Over time, these capacitors can weaken, reducing their ability to store and release energy. This results in the fan running slower than it should. So, how do you know if a weak capacitor is the problem? Well, a slow-running fan is the most obvious sign. You might also notice reduced airflow from your vents, or the AC might be struggling to cool your home effectively. In some cases, the fan might even hum or make a clicking sound before it starts. Before you start, make sure to turn off the power to your AC unit at the circuit breaker. Safety first. Now, open up the access panel to your indoor unit. Inside, you'll find the fan motor and the capacitor. Capacitors are usually small, cylindrical, and have 2 or more terminals. They often have a voltage rating printed on them. To test the capacitor, you'll need a multimeter with a capacitance setting. Set your multimeter to the appropriate capacitance range, and then carefully disconnect the capacitor wires. Place the multimeter probes on the capacitor terminals. The reading on your multimeter will tell you the capacitor's actual capacitance. Compare this reading to the capacitor's rated value, which is usually printed on the capacitor itself. If the measured value is significantly lower than the rated value, the capacitor is weak and needs to be replaced. A good rule of thumb is if the capacitance is 10% or more below the rated value, it's time for a change. Replacing the capacitor is usually a straightforward process. First, discharge the old capacitor by shorting the terminals with an insulated screwdriver. Then, disconnect the wires from the old capacitor and attach them to the new one. Make sure you connect the wires to the correct terminals. Double-check your connections before you put everything back together. Once the new capacitor is in place, close the access panel and restore power to your AC unit at the circuit breaker. Turn on your AC and check if the fan is running at its normal speed. If it is, congratulations, you've successfully replaced the capacitor. If the fan is still running slow, there might be another issue, like a problem with the motor itself or the wiring. You might need to call a qualified HVAC technician. Remember, if you're not comfortable working with electrical components, it's always best to call a professional. Working with electricity can be dangerous. Also, be sure to dispose of your old capacitor properly, as it may contain harmful chemicals. So there you have it, a step-by-step guide to diagnosing and replacing a weak capacitor in your AC's indoor fan. With a little bit of knowledge and some basic tools, you can often fix this common problem yourself. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.